Hello, and welcome back to my playthrough of Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I was going to just, since we got a couple colonies and things sorted out, I was just going to do some things on the back end and begin this episode with heading towards, when we start heading towards Dargon and Sokiava Gamma, but apparently Voxmaster Vigdis has an opinion, so actually we need to meet with the ship's senior officers because they're requesting an audience with us. Hopefully it's voice acted, because I cannot do 7 different things at once. Come on. I see you using 0.1% of my computer to do this, so use 7%. It's fine. Just get this going. I love how I just wait for them all to be there before I turn around. Huh. Ignoring my demand, I am thus forced to appeal directly to you. Your caster Sourback. When your forces find its action to be an outrageous breach of chain of command. First, oh, this is DLC, isn't it? I'm Heinrich Montag, head of the Infernus Guild. I'm responsible for preventing and extinguishing fires as well as handling any emergency situations. Master at arms? Commanding and forces keeping order aboard this vessel. It's my duty to punish trespassers, suppress disobedience, and repel them. Hey, we could have used you with the cult attack. Where were you when we were getting attacked by a cult? Is it heretical? Does this Oracle of Fire really make prophecies? Zachary Weiss? We just got rid of one ridiculous German / Eastern European accent. I can't do another. A wicked rogue who possesses psychic power not tempered by his will. Lord Captain, as choir master of the Astropathic Choir, isn't that what Cassio is supposed to be part of? Anyway, no, it's not. I must be watchful of any threats to ship's safety originating from material. Heard rumors about this oracle. I have sent to my adepts to see him. They assert this man is a psychic. This man who speaks of the warp with a danger to himself and to the entire vessel. Both law and common sense dictate that he should be thrown to the holding cell. Why do I not believe random Yocaster Sourback, whose entire first time meeting them, and it's entirely based off of them doing a piss poor job of detecting the giant cult? That was it. And a level. Cool. Okay, standard leveling protocol. Be back in a second. Alright, resolved. Alright, so I'm going to go back to doing a bit of the back-end thing, shopping, organizing, And if anything else comes up, anything else interesting comes up, I'll just let you know. Otherwise, I'll see you in a little bit when we make our way over to the next system. Apparently, my pet Eldari wants to say something to me. She walks too damn slow. Probably intentional. As is me spinning around.
Please spare me a brief moment of your time, Elantak.
Thank God it's voice acted.
Azurion knows that I do not care about the curious glances of Monkey. I grew inured to them back in the blossoming gardens of the Lilithon. They curse me from afar. They follow my every move. They ward themselves against me. Let them. After all, what can be done with such weak-minded, primitive creatures? And still, one monkey stunt has caused the cup of my patience to spill over. She dared to approach me, to speak to me, and touching my hand, she suggested that we withdraw somewhere private. She wanted Morag. The mere memory of it stirs up a tempest in my soul.
Oh, no. Do you know a woman found you pretty? That's horrifying. Were you truly so offended by it?
Try to imagine, Elantak, being lusted after by a wild beast. It is foul, disgusting, so vile that it makes your very soul shudder.
So I don't have a chance either then.
I have given you a chance by traveling with you, Elantak. If you were having other thoughts about me, cast them out of your mind.
My people behave contemptibly, and I apologize for it.
I accept your words, Elantak. And still...
I understand this isn't with pleasant for you, but it doesn't mean all humans are animals.
No. Your kind, simple souls and narrow minds are the root of narrow minds and simple souls. Every day, I feel as if I am caught in a trap, surrounded by a pack of wild animals. I am prepared to pay this price to find my kin, but everything has its limit.
I don't think you fully understand. I mean... I shall speak to my subjects. You will not be bothered again.
Your words warm my soul. Very well. I will leave now.
Okay. That's like... It's standard racism. But still. Alright, on our way. Alright, hopping around the sector is apparently not very peaceful. All the interruptions. Now the sacred cult wants to, give us gifts, which is concerning. What in the Sam hell is going on? What the donkey?
The Undying Emperor commanded us to spin a web of blood around his children, and we obeyed. We obey still. Domin von Valentius, death has whispered your name. We disown Domin Theodora. We renounce our oath to her. And now we give the gift of our blood to you. It is the gift of death. Death has whispered your name. The followers of the tenets of the web swear fealty to their new overlord and offer proof of their devotion.
This is like a normal Tuesday in the Imperium.
We give you a blade, the silent verdict. The Undying One has chosen you to wield this instrument of death. We give you one of our own, Kibella. She will be your shield and shadow. And we give you the blood of these traitors. The tenets of the web will purify their souls.
What in the Sam hell? You've heard many stories about the death cult such as this one. These devoted holy assassins of the Imperium have turned to death into a form of worship of the Emperor. They are exemplary slayers, invisible executioners, and the scourge of traitors, heretics, and fallen souls. Many righteous people honor them as votaries of the faith, while others see their fearsome rituals as frenzied spectacles touched by madness. Examine the cultists. The cultists are all voidborn. Their lithe, sinewy bodies are clad in light armor, which allows them to move with an acrobat's nimble grace and strike with an assassin's swift surety. Their red and black vestments are adorned with sharp spikes and ritual jewelry. Where time and training have worn their garments threadbare, you can make out patterns of bleeding lacerations. Examine the captives. The prisoners cower beneath the weight of your gaze. Blood drips down the tear-stained faces of captured officers, technomats, and workers. A word has been carved into each of the foreheads with meticulous precision. Traitor, heretic, apostate, renegade. The cuts have been diligently and regularly reopened to prevent healing.
Apostates led astray by the final dawn. These traitors chose to tarnish the honor of their families. Only their blood can wash away the shameful memory of their betrayal.
I mean, to be fair, she actually is coming to me ahead of time with traitors and heretics, rather than literally everyone else aboard this ship, including the multiple psychers. Interesting. So a death cult watches over my crew. They who honor the Emperor through killing, who devoted every deed to serving him. Sacred executioners.
Domin has discerned our essence. This is a great honor for the blood-spun web. We have woven the bays of this ship together with the threads of our faith for many years. We keep the greatest relic, his tarot, through which he sends us his blessed revelations. We obey the whispers of the Undying One. This is our service to him. This is our service to you.
How interesting. Devout assassins believe themselves to be instruments of a higher power. They revel in violence and cannot tell the difference between bloodthirst and piety. They follow their faith blindly, unaware how closely they tread to corruption and depravity. Look at them. They stand on the edge of a precipice. The smallest push will send them plummeting into the abyss. You could be their downfall. All you have to do is push.
I am the second spinner of the blood-spun web. The honor of this title is bestowed only upon those who have ushered more souls than... It is shameful to speak of one's own deeds. I'm here to become your shadow, not to make boasts.
Why have you waited so long to reveal yourselves to me?
We were not there when the blessing of death was granted to Domin Theodora. Our failure brought shame upon the blood-spun web. We could not stand before you until we restored our honor. We tracked down the traitors and sliced open their bodies. Then we washed the flagship's bulkheads in their blood in a sacred act of ritual purification.
What exactly do the cults like the Bloodspun Web do?
The tenets of the web teach us to read the threads of the future and understand the hearts of others. When a soul is filled with the poison of corruption, we know its time has come. We bring liberation. 3 strikes, 3 rebukes, 1 blade. This is how we serve the Undying One. This is how we serve you and your flagship. But there are others. The virtuous martyrs who contravene his design without realizing it. Those who have come too close to faltering or committing an apostasy, but have not erred yet. We present such souls to the Undying One.
You kill innocent people.
We do not desire their death. We do not seek them out in the darkness. They come to us, and we usher them from this life, if his sacred tarot reveals that the Emperor wishes to accept these martyrs.
You mentioned the tenets of the web. What are they?
Our laws and teachings, our philosophy and way of life, our art of combat and spiritual dogma. The tenets are the blood-spun web itself. Humanity owes its existence to the Undying Emperor's sacrifice. It is he who protects us from a darkness of terrors. Hence, each of us has a duty to serve him, and a duty to die for him. To act otherwise is to waste the life that has been given to us by the Undying One, to become a thief. We help others understand this. We help them to live and die righteously.
Instead of helping those who may soon stumble, you offer them death?
We follow his design. We claim those marked by his omens. We submit to his will. How could it be otherwise?
You have my blessing. May your blades bring swift death to the Emperor's enemy.
The blood-spun web will not forget your words, Domin. They are the wisdom of the tenets and the benediction of our duty.
Why have you brought this rabble to the upper decks?
So you may offer the souls of these traitors as a gift to him. You have the authority to order their execution. Their blood will bind us together through him. For the God Emperor, the Undying One, is death itself. The Undying One is duty itself. Give the order, Domin. Let a spinner of the blood-spun web undergo the test of a sacred trial.
Undergo the test. I'll judge it myself.
Then, I will tell you of the treacherous blood that runs through their veins.
Okay. Argenta, it seems like you're in the way. Oh! Okay, so this isn't voice acted. Sabotage the reactor. Titan Petrus suit. Death of the weapon, sabotage and death of crew in Bay AL 82. With the real 2 rear visions. Technically, we were told to block ventilation shaft leading into the reactor room. Fume leakage, supposedly. Well, you know. Obviously. I mean, they wanted to go into the reactor room. Why not let them? I mean, they're officers. Your lordship, the spinners of the Bloodsman were watching, tracking, and killing the Von Valances, and long before the warrant of trade passed their Lady Theodora. However, their blade has also been known to cut short the life of this highly upstanding person. Like no, not like myself at all. But I certainly do not hope may we condemn the deed of the deeply esteemed cult. I'm sure they must have had a good reason. Scourge editions or not, folk are afraid of them for a reason. A couple watches ago, these spinners took over a train driver to pieces of some kind of ritual. My predecessor's predecessor once delivered a sermon about how spinners saved the vessel from serving to the arch enemy. This is literally like, hey, you can trust these guys. Literally, the entire ship is telling you so. I suppose. What are they using? Fair enough. Shadowed form, dispel in darkness, yet a radiant light burns within them. You'll be my shadow, Cabela. So I have another melee, I suppose. Oh, she took off the mask. From the vizier of the Bloodspun Web, he wishes you to know that the building 91 temple are open to you. What do you mean? What tarot? Who is this vizier? Why is the vizier himself not here to deliver the message? Where is your temple located? I mean, I don't see the point of this. Why can't I just enter? Sure, walk along the matriarch spider. Why is, like, yeah, it's Warhammer 40k, weird is a go-to, but, like, why is it so weird? Like, so needlessly weird. I don't know. Again, that's the entire, like, aesthetic of 40k, but also so needlessly weird. Wait, now I could just go anywhere on the ship? That's kind of different, at least. What about the Astropathic Chapel? Oh, that's cute.
not dawdle.
Chapel servant. Oh, with all them here. Oh, did my nightmare scald you? Remind me, who are you? It's gonna be one of those long lots of text, and if you'd like to read more of it, or if I'm going too fast, feel free to just pause the video for a second.
Keep your wits about you.
Sigma AR-87. Archaeotech device catalogs stream spindle, disturbing units not recommended. However, preliminary diagnosis has revealed several algorithmic faults that in conflict with the sacred mechanism processes. A practical intervention into certain sectors will likely aid the release of the accumulated burden. Once the text is ready for final interpretation, Scraps of paper? That was it? Hang on.
I always have a backup plan.
The ship, some scraps of paper got stuck in it, and instead of looking at it, good job, everybody. Logic 100. See if the enormous reel of paper tapes containing unprocessed text to the chapel's depth after the blessed paper with an imprint and sacred cogs. Once a clean can access to inside the inner workings and interpret it much more easily. The voices blend to not shooting listen. The longer you listen to the whole chant, the stronger your headache grows. The sensors and text correction calibration are dead. Prayers on the other side makes the new sensors bring to life. Literally just like look at anything involved.
Or get left in the dust.
Safety switch malfunction on Throne 30. Engine zero action required. Faulty.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Malfunctioning cogitator.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality. Operation.
Transfer quill that leaves blocks and paper. Are you kidding me? Guys, this is not supposed to be difficult for you. It really isn't. Like, I know that the whole, like, oh, they are dumb. They can just do basics, but, like, it being both things simultaneously does bother me. Because it is very much, there are engine spirits. Yes, they are real things that can matter, but also, they can't tell you. Thanks to your system repair your compiler, we're able to interpret the most curious message. Could be a message from Voidveer. When will the signal sent? What did the message say? Lilamed, Odin's Alpha 11, the winds have ceased, it is done. Now Lilamed is what he was call sign for his special reports, but the aggressive code you're unfamiliar with. That said, we know to look for the truth. The Odinathus 11 system. Okay, that was quick and easy. And dumb, but to be fair, that is the entirety of the Imperium. You know, not quick so much, frankly. Let's go to the freight line. I will deal with building out Cabela in a little bit. Do 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 boom doon 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 do ba da da do do. Is she here anyway? No. I'm here to inspect the entire compartment. Very prone information. Well, there's more civilized section that's sorely lacking discipline. Only signed recently. Did you commit an infraction? What did the lower decks officer think of Geocaster Sourback? The cult is here. What do you know about the death cultists? I see. Tell me about the station. Who maintains this hub? Not every void ship can boast its own railway. Oh my god, train busing algorithm. What's the situation in the lower decks? The rap will cause you no problems, I hope. I have learned enough. Be steadfast in your duty, and let's get out of here.
I always keep my options open.
Let's see who I would talk to start the thing. Because they really should start that with her. -10 to everything because my noble blood hates the thought of being here. That is the most noble thing I've done in a while, frankly, so checks out. Is that blood? Probably. Examine the mark. Do you know what this mark is? Countless shadows sacred to the dark, flash of feet crescendo a fatal dance. Blade song in tempo, each edge an echo, twin odes to death throws now on her sacred blood. As she once trod the back of foes, took countless souls, but none who know. Prayer several verses. Too obvious the culture's obsessed with mysticism and never used prose to mark the way of the temple. They are too fond of the obscure chants and cryptic verses. Alright. Fair. That is a thing we can do, and that is a thing I will do later.
Is there money to be made?
I don't have particular interest in this mess at the moment. Maybe we could dedicate like an entire, just an entire chunk, but there's still so much to get to and get through and look at and find to be pretty. And pretty confusing. But I don't need to add more pretty confusing to the deck of it. Especially since, from what I know, in reading the DLC description, they're like 15 hours of content, and if most of that is just bundled here, I would like to keep playing the game rather than, 15 hours of chicanery. So, I'm going to pause, do some more just setting up save the other survivors. Highness 3 have a gamma. Yeah. Jeffrey guided the ship at a ship's road, but instead of going to a channel either, she headed for yours. Ay, ay, ay. Every stop there's something. Maybe I should just do like half of the blood ritual Trail of the Spider thing just to have more chaotic whatever the hell is going on. But you know what? Cassier showing up at my quarters is not necessarily the worst thing. Not at all. During the without journey through the warped realm, my navigator's gaze perceived the light of the astronomical country. Beyond the tumultuous wave of the Sea of Souls, albeit with some difficulty, the crew and a master helmsman conducted themselves adequately. My instructions during the jump helped them find their focus and guide the ship without any serious incidents. I never doubted your abilities as a navigator, Lady Cassia. My crew is fortunate to have you. If it pleases me to hear this, Lord Captain. I am equally satisfied with your manner of command. I see you have many compelling works of art here, but precious few paintings. I, for one, do enjoy passing what little spare time I have with a brush in hand. Why, just recently I created a beautiful voidscape inspired by our travels together. I cannot show it to you quite yet, as it still only exists in my mind's eye, but the imagery... Oh, if only you could see. My quarters do indeed sorely lack exquisite finery. Might I hope that your painting will soon adorn these walls? Do you truly wish that it would? I must admit, I've never painted for anyone other than myself before. You'll have to forgive me, Lord Captain, but I do not think that is such a good idea. These chambers are in need of masterpieces, while I merely paint for my own pleasure. One other thing I meant to tell you is that I'm quite well read, and that my knowledge is not limited to the navigator's craft. I'm versed in many other scholarly fields, such as the centenary history of Calixtus Sector, or navigators are taught to familiarize themselves with the warp from childhood. Should you require my help, that is to say, my counsel, my knowledge is extensive, so please do not hesitate to ask. I have a feeling just like, hey, you want to like come around, stick around and have some fun is not going to be ideal. You do not need to prove your worth to me, Cassia. With each passing day I learn new sights about you, and you amaze me every time. You are too kind, Lord Captain. I apologize. I must be distracting you from important matters. With this, please permit me to leave your presence, Lord Captain. Is it? You should... Cool, but also, like, I have to go back to the bridge and do the loading screen all over again? Like, come on. Awesome, but also, come on. Just random cursing? I guess that's Theodore's ghost? No, we dealt with Theodore's ghost. It was Zinchian chicanery. I might just have to replace shenaniganery with chicanery. It's basically the same thing, right? Warp travel. Natural failures, so criminals are suffering burn frostbite. Type is performing the rites of Sheen for purification, remain convinced that the issues were caused by spirits of obstinacy and defiance. What is the ritual? Sure. I will be there. Why is it loading? Why is it loading? There's so much to do. Why is it loading? It shouldn't be loading. Please stop loading. Just go back to the... Ah, there's so much. There's so much. Why are you loading? What is exploding? Why are people watching me take a bath? Why are there people watching me take a bath? And why do they still have briefs? Oh, cool. The warp is making it run with blood. Okay. I wanted an explanation, not vain self-chastisement. All adjacent decks have been isolated. We have begun our search for the culprit and have set up investigation officers' decks. The substance has been analyzed and confirmed that blood containing traces of major mutations. Was no risk of infection to your lordship. The very presence of such genetic aberration on board a serious threat to the safety of the ship must be addressed promptly. What genetic aberration? Ay, ay, ay. You don't say. I wonder why somebody don't consider human and exterminate by the thousand would think to revolt. This is crazy mystery. Ah. What do you intend to do next? Yeah, preside over the investigation. There's so much mess going on my ship. I have to deal with and address at least a portion of it. First things first, companion stuff. Cabela.
Domin.
You torture your own flesh? What is the meaning of this ritual?
Torture? I bear the sacred marks of the Undying One's service. Death has bestowed them upon me. Though others may cherish hollow riches or meaningless beauty, it is my duty to cherish his gift of blood. Each wound is a symbol of our service to him. Each drop of blood carries his blessing. To renounce these scars is to renounce the Undying One himself.
Okay.
Death whispers to me, you are worthy of bearing his marks. Tell me, Domin, Do you wish to honor your flesh with his gifts?
It would be an honor to bear the mark of the Undying One.
Let it be so. Treasure his gift, Domin. Inscribe it anew each time you pray. May his blessing find you.
Okay. Tell me about the Emperor's Tarot.
I use blood to read his sacred cards and hear the whisper of the Undying One. His tarot is not an answer, but a question I ask of the universe. And the universe answers with questions of its own. In this sacred communion, I perceive hundreds of possible outcomes. They are all true, and yet they are only visions. I know what will come to pass, and yet I do not.
The Emperor's Tarot is usually read by sanctioned psychers.
I am the spear of his retribution, not a witch or a sorcerer or a soothsayer. I have no strange powers, but I do bear his blessing. I do not command the veil. I am guided by his whisper and led by my faith, by the tenets. Please, do not mistake me for something I am not.
Fair. You occasionally feel a shiver run down your spine, but you get the faint spark in you when you're standing next to Cabela. It seems her powers only manifest when she is practicing divination or in moments of pious exhortation. Cabela herself does not seem to be aware of her gift. How do you come to have a deck of this tarot?
It is a holy relic that has been passed down from generation to generation. Only the first and second spinners are allowed to study the sacred cards and interpret their meaning. We use his tarot to guide the cult and discern the tangled threads of fate.
How many cards are in your deck?
34. There used to be more, but some have perished in the darkness of time. Their loss is a great tragedy for the blood-spun web.
Can you give me a reading?
Ask the cards, Domin, and I will listen.
Cool. What does the future hold for me?
The first card is the young warrior. It suggests inexperience, a path of becoming. The second card is the shattered world inverted. The path will have twists, turns, and thorns, but you will gather allies along the way and find what was lost.
Shocking. Truly shocking.
The third, the hound inverted. Someone has marked you as their prey and is chasing you through a field of traps. The lost child. You will leap into one of those traps of your own free will and place your trust in someone truly desperate.
I mean, that last one's actually interesting. If the Undying One whispers my name, will you carry out his will?
Lords and wretches are equal before death. If such is the Undying One's will, I will guide you to him, Domin.
What does Domin mean?
The Gothic we use to communicate is different to that spoken on the upper decks. Domin has many meanings. Giver of life, Lord or Lady of the Ark, and Shadowless Sun. The matriarch Spider gave this title to the rogue trader who allowed her to form the blood-spun web. We use other titles as well. For example, Venai means Master of the Immaterium, or Watcher of the Veil. Vil means one who must go to the other side. Amic means one you can trust in battle.
Do you ever meet Theodora von
I met
Venantius?
her once when I was young. The Vizier saw a serpent hiding among those close to Domin Theodora, ready to sink its fangs into her throat. I was ordered to find the serpent and sever the soul from its body. I watched and waited for weeks. I hid among the shadows, the air ducts and the faceless masses. Once I found the serpent, I sliced off its head and returned to the temple. I doubt that Domin Theodora ever saw me, but the 3 ritual cuts I left behind on the body let her know that this death was pleasing to him. They sent us a grand feast from the upper decks before the cycle's end. We gave it to the hungry.
I'm ready for the... Alright, I'm actually going to call it here because next time we'll say we're ready for the binding ritual and get this ball rolling. That said, thank you guys for joining. This has very much just been like an accidental episode. I was not expecting all the chicanery. Like, oh, I got some extractiums, I can do some shopping, it'll be fine, we just go plop things down, and I did almost none of that. That said, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and more importantly than anything else, be well, everybody.